Hi, David. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Yay.
I'm in a new atmosphere.
Wait, are you at the center?
I am at my desk at the center.
Oh man.
And
So
guess who's here today?
Glenda
And Mary.
and Mary, yeah. They're
Yeah,
there.
we had a little kiki already.
How was that?
It was nice. It's just to see people, honestly.
Mhm. Was it
Yeah, they
emotional?
are doing their video shooting for the 275 challenge, I'm guessing.
Mhm.
How are you today?
I'm a little stressed. But
Why is that?
the 275 challenge is in 10
It's
days.
coming up. Yeah,
Love it.
yeah, it is in 10 days. As team captain, co-captain of Team CenterPieces, I sent out my first email to the team today. I'm a terrible captain, and I wrote that in the email. I was like, I'm just a bad captain. Ryan and I had a meeting yesterday
How was
to kind of figure out what we're doing.
Okay.
It doesn't really say much. It just kind of encourages people to let us know what they're doing. I put in there that I'm going to be walking around Manhattan if anyone hasn't decided what they want to do and want to join me. Yeah,
Mhm.
we do have
Can you
one
talk
new team
about for
member.
a sec? What was that?
We got one new team member.
Was it Wally?
No, it was Johanna.
Oh, she changed her name to Wally in her
Okay,
because she's fundraising on behalf of her
I,
dog Wally.
I see. Yes, that is who we got. So it was nice. Brian and I are going to do a little chat about it at our staff meeting tomorrow to try and get more members
Fun.
involved. So we'll see.
Awesome.
Mary and I talked today. We're gonna try to meet up at some point on our walks around the city. We are doing different walks, but we're gonna try to hook up at some point.
Very good. Very
Oh,
good.
so
Um, do you have a moment to talk shop about the challenge and the special thing you're doing for us?
sure.
Sure. So we actually have one of our sponsors who is It Cosmetics, and
Oh,
we're trying to like weave in sponsor moments. And
sure.
so they want to do something video-esque, but that will be difficult. And so we're thinking maybe they can sponsor your moment.
Totally.
We're gonna ask them if they're able to like send you anything. So it's a parallel process, so we don't know if this is gonna work out yet because we're asking them to. But if you're cool with being a sponsor moment as well, we would
Absolutely.
love
Yeah.
for, we figure you're the person to do that.
Because I
So
know all about makeup.
yeah, it'll be great. It'll be great.
Um,
So
totally
that
fine.
might be part of it.
Yeah. Did you enjoy my email I
I
sent to you?
did. I did.
So scandalous. We're not going to talk about it on here because it does not need to be public domain.
I just,
I'm sure she has no idea who I am.
and if you're in drag,
Yeah, whatever.
we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah, exactly. My screen went dark, so I lost my light. Let me turn some light on. There we go. All right. What did you think of Drag Race?
I mean, it was like finally a more exciting episode of it.
Certainly
Like,
was. They brought the drama this week.
it was entertaining. I did get a phone call during the second round of Snatch Game of Love,
Oh,
and so
wow.
I missed a lot of it. But I know that Shea and Juju were very funny.
Yes.
I did think the bottom was gonna, or I guess the bottom was everybody. So
It was.
I guess that was the big twist, was just what's gonna happen.
Right. Everyone can go home.
Yeah, so that I like that. I think that's fun. I think that adds a nice layer to it.
Yeah, it adds something different to it.
But yeah, I guess just the like I really thought Alexis was going.
Did you really?
I did.
I know you're not an Alexis fan
I'm not an Alexis fan. This confirmed it for me.
because you texted me during the show and said, "Is Alexis funny?" And she, in my mind, she could have won this episode.
I think she's just awful.
As
I did not find it
as a person or as on the show? Or both?
I guess I don't know as a person. Like, I don't know
Sure.
who she is in real life.
No, I didn't know if you were like on Team India thinking that Alexis was campaigning against Shea. You can say yes, you can say no. We really don't have any information, so it's hard to make a definitive.
India was convincing, and just how I've seen Alexis like insert herself in things, like I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I didn't find her like self-defense convincing. I think she was just trying to be like, well, I wasn't campaigning against her. Like, you know, like I think she's the kind of person who just seems to like twist herself into being right in situations. I don't know. I'm psychoanalyzing now.
That's okay. Isn't that what you were trained to do?
It was trained, is what I'm trained to do. But I just like, even just like everything aside, like I did not find her performance in Snatch Game funny. Even if it was a good, like, I don't know who Walter Mercado is.
Right. Well, there is now a Netflix documentary about him that you can watch.
Oh, timely.
How timely. Yes, exactly.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think she's funny.
All right. She cracks me up. I have no delusion that she's going to win this season of All Stars Drag Race, but I want her to be in the top 3.
I think she could be.
And I think she could be, yeah. I totally think she could be. And I think now that she has this drama with Shea, there's a very good chance that she will be.
Yeah.
What happens if Alexis wins the next challenge? Who do you think she would pick to send home? I don't think she'll pick Shea because Shea didn't pick her this week. So
I don't think she'll pick Shea. And I think if she does pick Shea and things come down to like a vote again for whatever reason, like she has been boxed into a corner where like the only way she wins now is if like it is a deserved win.
Right, exactly. Yeah. I think she has actually a good chance to win next week because it is the ball challenge. Mm-hmm. And I think they'll have to make a look, and she is amazing at creating her own garments. Whereas I don't know that any of the other ones are.
Blair does some sewing.
I don't know if she sews.
Okay.
Like Shea can design an outfit, but I don't know if she can make an outfit.
Simple. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sure, she can do something simple. She went to fashion school, so she should know basics.
She should.
She did. She was, I think, a theater fashion major, like theater design.
Wow. That's like what Bianca Del Rio did, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think there's a chance that Alexis could win the ball challenge just from creating her own garment. That's why I brought that up.
We'll see.
I think she might I think her top choice would be Cracker to send home at this point, because they seem to still have some kind of weird conflict. Yeah, I don't know.
Wait, and then that leaves
it would be, I mean,
Blair.
The obvious choice of them would be Blair to send home, but Blair has been doing really well.
And honestly, like Blair's runways have been so good that like maybe she will pull something out with a ball.
Yeah, she could. She totally could. And I don't know if they're gonna have to make it's a 2-look challenge, so I don't know if they're gonna have one that they can bring and one that they have to create. I don't know. Who knows? These things change on this season by the day.
They really do. Oh man, I kind of want Blair to win just because it would complicate things so much.
It really would. And I don't know who she would send home.
I don't know.
I mean, Cracker kind of put it in her head that Alexis was accusing Blair of going after Cracker. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that could put her against Alexis. It could be Cracker because she and Cracker have had a lot of tension on this season. Or she could just go crazy and send Shea or Jujubee.
Right. Wouldn't that be fun?
She's like, fuck all you, I'm sending you. But I don't know. It depends who the lip sync assassin is. Let's talk about this week's lip sync assassin, first of all, with Vanessa Mateo.
She looked incredible.
She looked so good. Do you consider Vanessa Vanjie Mateo a lip sync assassin?
She won a lot of lip syncs in her second season.
No, she didn't.
Didn't she?
She's lip synced twice on Drag Race and lost both times.
Did she really? She only lip
She
synced
lost
once.
to, what's her name? Khloe Kardashian, season 10. Right? Yeah, season 10. And then came back season 11 and never was put in the bottom until she lip synced against Brooklyn.
That's right. I just remember
She's
her.
been on twice. She lip synced twice and lost twice.
Yeah, I just remember her as like escaping elimination somehow so often that I guess
that's what I always, the whole season, I was like, they're not putting her in the bottom because she won't win the lip sync.
Oh. Well,
And they don't want to get rid of her.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, she lip synced fine. She apparently did not know this song or what it was about because her lip sync had nothing to do with the song. She lip synced it fine. And she couldn't get out of that outfit, which I thought was really funny. But she looked gorgeous. The face was everything.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah. Are you watching Drag Race Canada?
We did.
What'd you think of that?
I loved it.
Good. I'm glad. I did too.
The international ones are so fun because it's just people who are genuinely excited to be there.
Yeah.
It's like,
and these queens, where you have now a queen wants to be on Drag Race just to get exposure now. Mm-hmm. You get on the show, you're an automatic winner because your whole stock goes up. Whereas these queens, this is their first season, they want to be the first winner of Canada's Drag Race.
Right. It's exciting.
And it reminds me of old school Drag Race, where there's not a lot, to me, it didn't look like there was a lot of designers involved in their outfits. That's what I thought. And it started out with a photo challenge and a make your own outfit out of a box challenge, which is old Drag Race.
We love it.
Which is what we love.
Good. I thought it was really good. I thought they were all a pretty talented group.
I agree. Who's your favorite so far?
Oh.
Or favorite of this week, I guess. Because I had a favorite from the Meet the Queens. From the Meet the Queens, I liked Rita Baga, the Montreal queen, who actually won this week's challenge, but I didn't think she should have won this week's challenge.
No. I don't know if I could pick a favorite yet.
I am obsessed with Jimbo.
Fascinating.
I don't know why, but I am.
He's fascinating.
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with him, and I'm like, oh, please stay on the show. Don't be too weird that they just get rid of you.
I really loved that the judges appreciated it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the top three, everyone knew Rita Baga was going to do well because she's kind of an icon in Canada, and was the only queen from Canada that I followed before Drag Race Canada.
Okay.
And then you have the other top three were Boa, who everyone just dismissed, including me.
Yeah.
In the top, and Jimbo, who everyone just had no idea what that was.
Right.
And that's your top three.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun and weird.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun season. What do you think about the guest judge being the guest host?
I think it worked this week. I don't think it's going to work every week.
I know, it was weird to me. I was like, just seems odd. Can't one of the regular panelists just stand up there?
Right.
And introduce things?
Right. It's an odd.
Yeah, I guess we'll get used to it, I guess, as the weeks go on, but it just seemed weird at the beginning.
It was.
But talking about Canada, I'm just going to go we're not going to talk about all the looks of Canada because that's not why we're here. But I want to go through the winners of the Instagram for Canada, if I can somehow share my screen. There it is. So this Instagram was interesting because we had two ties. And this promo look was one of the ties. It was 92% of a toot, Anastasia, Anakwe. And who do you think she might, you're not going to know who these queens are. I barely know their names. I had to write it all down. She also tied with Priyanka.
Oh.
What do you think of that? They both had 92% toots.
I love everything about this except the wig.
On this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about Anastasia?
I mean, this look is incredible. I don't think she looked as good on the show as she does in this picture.
I agree. This is very like pageant queen royalty.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I agree with that. On the show, I thought her looks were terrible. But moving on to that, we had our entrance looks, which were also the photo shoot looks, and we had a tie for this as well, with 94%. You're gonna be surprised at this.
I love being surprised.
Jimbo.
Okay.
And now I didn't write her name down. You know who that is? Oh, it's Scarlett Bobo.
Yes.
That's who it is. I did not write her name down.
Interesting that this, like, I think I tooted this on the poll, but I'm surprised it got so high.
Me too. What about Jimbo's look? I thought Jimbo's was good because it was memorable and funny and campy and a little distorted. Yeah, that's all. So that's that.
I'm just interested by it. We'll
Yeah.
see if like the interest keeps going.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see what else they're going to create.
Exactly. But at the same, like Jimbo's the kind of queen that always makes me nervous of like, are we just going to teeter into costumes?
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jimbo, it was the highest on the runway with 96% toot.
I mean, I think like what's so great about this is if you look close at it, it's actually very well made.
So the whole thing made out of zippers is incredible.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how she did this. Just
I like that she is this weird, quirky, funky queen, but she looks beautiful. Her face looks gorgeous and this wig is cute. It's so different from what the other looks that we got from her.
Right. It was like a nice curveball. And so
Yeah.
I hope
So I think it was great of her to show us that she is this weird, quirky queen, but she can also do beauty as well.
Yes.
I don't know that I would wear these boots with this dress, but that's just my own personal opinion.
They're fun.
So that's Drag Race Canada. Let's move on to Snatch Game of Love. So we did the Instagram thing I did for performances and looks.
Which I got confused on my first round through and rated the looks instead of the performance.
Oh, that's okay. This outcome is probably the same because the same person won for both. But we'll go through them individually, starting with Lady Gaga as Miz Cracker as Lady Gaga. Or as I like to say, Miz Cracker as Miz Cracker, because she didn't do Lady Gaga.
It's like Lady Gaga as Miz Cracker?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, from a look perspective, like, yeah, like...
The look is spot on.
Yeah, like, no one else is going to look as much as Lady Gaga as Cracker does.
Right, agreed. She looks great. Her Snatch Game was bad.
It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, it was like she wrote down every quote she could possibly get from A Star is Born and just put them in wherever she wanted to.
Right. It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny at all. It worked for Alyssa Edwards when she did Faye Dunaway as Mommy Dearest, because it was just complete nonsense. So you just laughed at it because it was just so ridiculous.
Alyssa can make anything funny.
Yeah. And Cracker should be able to do that because she's funny. But this just did not work.
She thinks too much.
Yeah. Now is your favorite Alexis Mateo as Walter Mercado. I thought her performance was the best.
I don't get it.
And a lot of it was because I don't know who Walter Mercado is. I'm fascinated now because I'm going to go watch that documentary because I want to know more about him. But it just made me laugh because it was so absurd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
We need to do soul searching, I guess. I want to like her. I don't like not liking things.
I know, I get that.
I don't
But yeah,
know.
I mean, everyone has their own personal taste. And
I find her to be distracting instead of funny.
okay. I encourage you to go back and watch her.
I feel like there's not as much.
Okay. I encourage you to go back and watch the Snatch Game from season 3 that she was on when she did Alicia Keys as the pregnant lesbian. Because again, it makes zero sense, but was so funny. Like she was flirting with one of the guests playing the game.
I will give her that grace and go watch that.
Okay, yeah. If you can find it, go watch it. I'm sure it's on Hulu and everything else. Yeah. Last in this group is India Ferrah as Jeffree Star.
So I am not young and hip, so I still like really don't even know who Jeffree Star is. But I think I Googled photos, and this is like from a visual standpoint.
The visual is actually correct.
Yeah.
The visual is correct. I will say that. Jeffree Star is like, kind of a polarizing character and really, really problematic because apparently he has now come out as a Nazi.
Oh, great.
As well as he has said many disparaging things towards African-American people.
Maybe not a good choice for Snatch Game.
Maybe not. I mean, the Nazi thing literally just came out, so she did this a year ago, so that you can forgive, but the other stuff has happened years ago.
Sure.
So not the best choice, and it was not funny.
India just like, she's just so reserved.
Yeah.
Like, I think she's the kind of queen who, like, I bet she is incredible in clubs doing lip syncs and songs, but like,
yeah, dancing and doing her thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was not her thing to do.
No.
Okay, of those 3, who was the best one? Because I know you don't like Alexis, and she was clearly the best one.
She's clearly the best one.
Yeah.
I will give
it would have been a very different story if she was like in Jujubee's place on the other one, and Jujubee was on this one. So it could have gone very different based on the grouping.
Yeah. I don't like the 2-group thing.
I don't either. I don't like Snatch Game of Love, first of all, and that's just my own personal thing.
Yeah. And isn't real life Snatch Game only with 6 celebrities anyway? So
the real one is, just 6.
Yeah,
so they totally could have done it. Yeah. And we would have gotten to see more of it, because like when they have 9, it gets so edited down that you don't get to see much.
Exactly.
So with 6, you could have the entire show.
We should write a letter.
I will. Dear RuPaul, I can't send her messages because she erased all of her social media.
So did Michelle now.
They both did, yeah.
I wonder what's going on.
Weird things are happening in the world. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But let's move on to Ellen DeGeneres, aka Blair St. Clair.
Honestly, like, I appreciated the judges' critiques of her because it was like, you did a spot on Ellen. It just wasn't right for this.
No. Yeah, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. And that's like...
And I think that's a problem when you try to do a comedian. Yeah, because you can't copy their jokes. You have to copy their mannerisms and their thoughts.
Right. And the whole point of Snatch Game, I think, is to be a caricature of the person.
Right.
Blair just was Ellen.
Yeah. And Blair is wearing more makeup than Ellen has ever worn in her life.
Agreed.
And again, if you had put Blair in the other group, if you put Alexis in Blair's place, Blair would have been the shining star of that group. Even though she wasn't tremendously funny, at least she had everything else right.
Yeah.
She was funnier than Cracker and India.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Blair might pull something out before this is over.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. kind of discounted her when she was announced to be on Drag Race. And I am eating my words because she's impressed me very, very much. Next is Jujubee as Eartha Kitt.
I'm just glad someone finally got Eartha Kitt right.
Oh my God. I mean,
Like-
Chi DeVane's was funny. Valentina's was not. But Jujubee was like a masterclass in Eartha Kitt. For me, she won with the thermostat joke. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen in a Snatch game.
This is the one where I started missing most of it.
Oh.
I need to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, you need to go back and watch, because the question was, because Jeffrey Boyer Chapman is Canadian, obviously. So he's like, on a cold Canadian night, how would you warm me up? And she's like, I would sensually walk over to the thermostat and turn it to a warm 74.
That one was described.
So what she did was she was like, I'm just going to answer it the way that I would answer it as Eartha Kitt.
Exactly.
This is how Jujubee would answer the question, but I'm going to do it as Eartha Kitt.
I love her absurdity because that reminds me of like when she started describing like what she was going to do for her cats. Like,
yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I mean, for the look, all she did was put on a turban and a black dress, and it worked. There's nothing magical about it. Yeah, so I also thought Jujubee could have won this week as well.
It could have.
Yeah.
It could have. And honest, when we talk about the runways, no, the runways were good. I don't know.
We'll get to the runway, girl. Don't worry. That's coming right up.
I know.
We're going to have some disagreements there, I think. Because I looked at your ratings on Instagram. But finally, we have Shea Coulee as Flava Flav.
So, like, I have such fond memories from, like...
Flavor of Love.
Yeah, like, my teenage years watching Celebrity, and, like, I loved Flavor of Love.
It was a train wreck.
Oh my God, such a train wreck. Such a train wreck. Well, and, like, I was worried about this because, like, Flava, like, he's hysterical. Like, yeah, so funny. And I could see a lot of people not get it right. I think Shea got it right.
I think she did too. I was concerned about the choice of Flavor Flav.
Right.
Again, I would think maybe a little problematic in choice, but it worked. It really did. I mean, if you're gonna do like if you're gonna do a boy like Alexis did, over the top, flamboyant, gay, I understand. When you pick Flava Flav, that is a very straight cisgendered man. And she did well with it, I thought.
I liked it. It was funny.
Yeah. Do you think it was deserving of the win?
I don't know.
I mean, I would have picked Jujubee over Shea in this group. Not the win overall, but in this group, I would have picked Jujubee over her, but I get it. I also felt like the two of them worked well together, and so it would have been hard for me to choose between the two of them.
Yeah, that's like the second one from what I saw of it was just so much more palatable than the first round that I think that worked against Alexis, and that
it did.
She did the best she could, but it's still...
yeah, she had nothing to work with either of them. And she kind of tried to, but it just didn't happen.
Right. Right. And I think the runways played a lot into this week's decision.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. Speaking of the runway, it was Prom Queen Fantasy. So Jujubee got top toot for both performance and look for Snatch Game on Instagram.
That's fair.
It's fair. But let's move on to Miz Cracker on the runway, giving us this prom look. She's got the pimples.
I kind of really liked this.
Okay.
Just because I thought it was like a clever take on it. I mean, is it the most gorgeous thing we've ever seen on the runway? No. But I like that it was like an interesting approach to the challenge.
It was, and it's a Cracker approach to it. This is what you kind of expect from her. I'm gonna boot it. This is where I said we're going to disagree probably on a lot of these. Only because we saw this before with Trixie and Pearl. They did kind of the prom look with they had the face guard. Trixie had the face guard on, and Pearl was the beautiful one. And then we kind of had it with, what's her name? Gigi Good did it with the mouthpiece last time.
This did make me feel Gigi Good vibes.
And I just feel like the dress is ugly. And that is probably the intention.
That's like, for me, like, that's like, I get it. Like,
yeah. It's just so ugly to me. And I don't know that I would consider that a prom dress. I think the judges said it's more showgirl, which I do see.
Some of the girls from my high school,
I mean, it's been years since I went to prom.
Yeah, I've seen these at proms.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm still sticking with my boot. Are you going to toot it?
It's a toot, not a big one, just, like a toot.
All right.
A little toot.
Let me go to my Instagram things because I did not write them down. She got a 60% toot on Instagram. That's fair. That's fair to me.
That's fair.
Next is Alexis Mateo. When she came out, I was like, oh, she's going to her quinceañera, and then she said it as well.
She looks beautiful here.
She does. Are you happy that she did not do her loaf head? This is the one instance I was like, you kind of, for prom, I want the updo. But I love this hair. And I'm not going to just discredit that I love this hair.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see her just look softer.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a big toot for me. I really, really like this. I think it's fun.
I'll give it a toot.
Yeah, it does the job. I could easily see this at a prom. And so behind. She did. She got an 82% toot on Instagram.
I'm proud of her.
You'll co-sign that?
Yes.
Next is India Ferrah going to the Gothic prom.
So, I think I liked this on your Instagram.
You did.
I don't know, because like right now I'm just like, ooh, do I though? So maybe I'm more of a nude than a toot.
Yeah. I'm gonna boot it because I don't think this is prom at all. And again, I haven't been to prom in 25 years, 30 years. I don't know. What year is this? I don't know. I haven't been to prom in a very, very long time, but I don't think anyone would wear this to a prom.
Probably not.
Not even a Gothic person.
Yeah, probably not.
A goth person is probably not going to go to prom to begin with. Do I think she looks bad? Not at all.
That's the thing. Like, I do think she looks really cool.
Yeah, I actually really like her hair. I like her makeup, and I don't hate the dress. But I'm going to jump to the next picture because this is going to be a reminder of what she wore on season 3 when she got picked up by Mimi I'm First. Oh, that's not it.
Oh
no. That's Blair St. Clair. Let me see where it's at. Hold on. Oh, I didn't save it.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry. Hold the line. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Are you still seeing India on your screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
I think you just have this one window shared.
What?
I think it's just this one window you have shared, so you're able to do whatever you need.
Anyway, so when I get to it, you will see her look. It's very reminiscent of her look from season 3.
Should I try Googling it?
I'm trying to Google it now, and I don't see it. But when I had it before, it was like the first image that came up.
Oh, no, I found it though, and it
Okay.
is the same thing.
It's basically the same. It's maybe an upgrade of it.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
But it's basically the same dress. And I don't know if I'd even call it a dress. On her first one, it wasn't really a dress. This one is actually a dress. But yeah, so I was like, maybe she just brought this out to say, remember when I was on Drag Race?
Well, maybe that's like, maybe she knew she was going home and she like wanted to end
And she just wanted to pull this out. Yeah,
an upgraded look of what she went home last time with.
it could be totally. She didn't go home that week.
Oh, she didn't, right?
She went home the next week. Anyway, she got a resounding 84% boot on Instagram.
Oof.
Yeah, biggest boot of the week.
That's the biggest boot we've had in a while.
I think it really is. Next is Blair St. Clair, looking stunning in this gown. Sorry, let me bring you back. It's like I can't see what you're doing.
Oh, good.
It is so good.
It is so good. This is one of the best things I think I've ever seen on this runway.
Yeah. This was made by Florence DeLee, the designer who did all of what's her name's looks.
And what I love about this is it's like Gigi Good who?
Yeah, Gigi Good. And Blair did, All Stars was taped before season 12. And so this actually came out before Gigi Good's look. And so, but yeah, if you compare the two, this is the winner.
It's perfect. And
Yeah.
I rarely ever actually watch fashion photo review, but I got like an ad for it yesterday where it was the two of them doing this look.
Yes.
They are so happy about it.
They were in love. And I mean, the reveal of the little crown was spectacular. It was unexpected. And just made me so happy. Yeah, I'm going to shoot it.
It's a shoot. It is a shoot.
It is a shoot. It also was our top toot of the week.
Good.
With 98%. That is the biggest toot of All Stars so far.
Who didn't like it?
I'm not going to get into it, but his name is DJ Dice, and he boots anyone that is not on his fantasy team.
I was going to say, is it that person who does that?
It's that person. But shout out to the Blair St. Clair. And Florence DeLee, because this is fantastic.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And the hair, like...
Yeah, the hair and the makeup and the jewelry, everything works with this look.
Genius.
So good.
Oh, love it.
Moving on to Jujubee in her 80s prom couture. When I say couture, this is from the mall. And I love it.
I love this. I think she looks like, obviously not as good as Blair, but like
No.
they're going to the same prom.
But
like,
this is prom. This is prom when I went to prom.
I think this is excellent.
Yeah, it was a big toot for me. I love the crimped hair. I love the dress. I love the color. She's given me everything I want from a prom look.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. She also got a toot on Instagram of 90%.
Yeah. Yes.
Way to go, Jujubee.
It's very good.
And lastly, we have the Shea Coulee. She's doing a Carrie reference, and she changed it up to be the flowers that ruined her life.
So I didn't get that at first. And then she explained it, and I was like, oh, I love that. But I didn't get it at first.
No. The concept is genius. Have we seen Carrie on the runway before? I think we have. Right there. This is Raja season 3. And I believe, can I zoom in? Yeah. I believe this was the very first episode of season 3.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. And to me, I like Raja's better because it's more obvious. But again, the concept I think is great. The execution I think is awful. Because I don't like this dress either.
Yeah, it just...
I will say the picture on the left, no, on the right, I don't know which way, on this side, on my right.
I think it's my right too.
The one that doesn't say Shea Coulee.
Right.
Really does the dress more justice than what we saw.
Sure.
But that is a staged photo.
That's the thing, is like, I have trouble separating the concept from the execution.
Yeah.
Like, hearing it described, I'm like, sure, love this. Like,
yeah. I'm gonna zoom in a little. My issue with the dress is the fabric. I don't like this fabric.
It looks like quilted almost.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be very controversial and boot it. Because I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm just going to.
I'm gonna nude it once again since I'm
okay. Well, it got a toot, of course, on Instagram, but not a high toot, only 63%.
It's a polarizing look.
It really is. This thing. So that was Raja. There's our top toot from Fashion Photo Review. I just had to get a picture of the two shoots because this is the second week in a row that they've given two shoots. They did Shea last week on a look that I think we both booted.
Yeah. She's not having a great runway.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. I don't know what other photos are in here, but let's look. Oh yeah, she got the top toot, obviously. And that is it. There we have it. So I think we're going to be agreeing, saying that our top toot is Blair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the top toot on Instagram. She was the top toot on Fashion Photo Review, and she is our top toot as well, because there's no denying that it was fantastic.
Yay.
Anything else you want to talk about on this episode? We don't need to get into the drama. We talked about it a little bit. You know,
it's... I like that I don't know who's going to win at this point.
I don't. Who would you like to win? I mean, going in, everyone thought it was Shea's.
I would be happy if Jujubee won.
I'm wanting Jujubee to win the whole season. She is my pick right now.
She's the only one who's like focused on the game.
Yeah, she's playing the game, and she's playing it nicely. Like, she's not being devious. She's not being shady. She's just there to have a good time. She makes great television.
She does. She's so funny.
And then we would have an Asian queen in the Hall of Fame.
We would?
Could be. Also, if Alexis wins, we could have a Latin queen in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If we have Shea, Jujubee, and Alexis, we'll have an all person of color in the top 3.
Has that ever happened?
I don't know that it has. Oh, wait, Alexis's season, it was Alexa, Manila, and Raja.
Oh. Alexis brings those points.
It's bringing it full circle. Oh no. I was going to say season 2 with Jujubee, but Raven was there. She is white. Yeah, so we'll see. I'm rooting for Jujubee. I feel like Shea thinks it's hers to win. I almost feel like she thinks they owe it to her, and that kind of puts me off a little.
She does kind of have that attitude.
Yeah, and that's what's turning me off. But I feel like a lot of people feel that as well.
Well, that's the thing, is I think we as the fans have fed her that narrative.
Yeah.
Because I thought she was going to win that season.
Yeah, I think everyone did until she lip synced. But when she actually lip synced on the season, I thought her lip sync was really bad. And I thought she could have gone home. And they only kept her because of her win, the amount of wins she had. I don't remember who she lip synced against.
I don't remember either.
Oh, I do. It was Nina Banana. Bofana. who is a great lip syncer.
Great lip syncer.
And I thought she won, but I was like, they're just trying to get rid of her and they need to put someone there just to send her home. They thought Valentina was going to do it and she fucked it up.
Good time.
Good times. What else are we going to talk about as we wrap up? We're still pushing the 275 challenge, people.
We are. We will never stop pushing.
Go to cycleforthecause.org. You can join in from anywhere in the world. There's no registration fee. There's no fundraising minimum. And there's no minimum age.
Yeah.
That's what I keep forgetting to tell people.
You don't even know if you're going to actually do anything.
Right. You just have to take a picture and we'll believe you. You could, take a picture from your bed and Photoshop a background in.
A 275-minute nap.
Yeah, take a nap. That's a good nap. Which I will probably be taking after I walk for 4 hours and 35 minutes.
That's a lot.
It really is. But it's not something that I haven't done either. I mean, I've walked around the city for that amount of time before.
Saturday night.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's going to get done. I have kind of rerouted myself a little so that I can take pictures in touristy places.
Fun.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to start here at the center.
Aww.
And take a picture of me in front of the center with the flag above me. And then I'm going to walk up 7th Avenue. And eventually cross over to 6th so that I can get a picture in Herald Square. And then keep walking up Broadway to Times Square, up to Central Park, all along Central Park, down Central Park. And then I'll be on 5th Avenue. So who knows, maybe I'll take a picture in front of Trump Tower. I'm hoping that the Black Lives Matter is painted there, and that's literally what I'll take a picture of. So we'll see what that happens. If it's not, I'm not going to take a picture in front of Trump Tower. I will take a picture in front of Bergdorf's or some other store. And then wherever I can go, I'm just going to walk down 5th Avenue. The library is right there, so maybe with the lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun little touristy pictures. Empire State Building on 5th Avenue and 34th. Down to maybe like Union Square, and eventually end up back at the center for the end. Because I have the luxury of living by the center.
I can't wait to go back. I was thinking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
What it's going to be like to go back there the first time.
Yeah. I'm here every week. For just a few hours. Yeah. All right, David, thank you for meeting with me again. Everyone, this is my office. If you didn't know where I was, I am actually at the center. I'd show you a picture of my desk, but it's a mess. But this is my RuPaul's Drag Race calendar. That is Layla McQueen.
Yes.
As George Washington.
Are they cats or dogs? You got a cat.
They're cats, yeah. So this is the calendar. You can get it from RuPaul's. Oh. Let me find a camera there. It is RuPaul's Drag Race. Find them on Instagram. You can order your calendar. And it's different queens every month that you get to enjoy. And we have Layla McQueen, Layla Washington for July. Because it's the 4th of July. Speaking, did you watch Hamilton?
We did.
What'd you think?
So I had only ever listened to it once before.
Okay.
I loved it.
So good.
So good.
What did you think of Jonathan Groff's spit?
It was gross.
That's the takeaway from it all.
That's the takeaway. That's what we learned about it.
Every time he sings, he spits.
We saw him in Little Shop before.
Oh, yeah.
We had pretty good seats, and so you just saw the spit.
Did he spit on you? I had tickets for right after the shutdown. Yeah. So now I will probably never see it because I don't think it's going to come back.
And he was out of it. We saw his last performance.
Yeah. I was seeing, I can't remember who.
Was it Gideon Glick? I think.
Nope. It was the replacement after him.
Oh, I didn't know they had one. Oh,
yeah.
wait, no, Jeremy Jordan, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
Was it Jeremy Jordan?
It was Jeremy Jordan.
Yeah.
That's who I was supposed to see.
We had tickets for the Music Man coming up.
Oh, did you really? Well, they say it's still going to happen.
We got new dates for next April.
For next April, okay. Well, good luck. Did you get the same seats for it, or okay? Because I'm wondering how they're going to space people in the theater, if they're going to.
I don't know.
I mean, by April there may be a vaccine, so they may not have to do that, but we'll see. But how are you going to tell if someone got the vaccine? To bring your vaccine records to the show.
Weird times.
It's a weird time right now. We're not even going to talk about Fire Island because it's despicable. So gross. Anyway, thanks, David. I will see you again next week.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.